will be attentive to what this teaching you, so that you can apply that in the real ground. I welcome you all once again on behalf of Planning Department, and I wish that gives you the outcome and output that helps in measuring this output and outcomes.
But it is comfortable. So unless you are a little uncomfortable, you will never change. As Dr. Sinha was saying, we hear and let go.
Evaluate what is our scheme actually, whether it is going in the right direction or not.
The things as they were cannot be left as they were. They have to be. Example that earlier these rooftop solar panels used to be given to all these small tiny hamlets, tribal hamlets, and most of them found their way to Mizoram. We had thought, the previous government had thought that they had solved the problem by giving these small household solar panels on top of each roof. It became a good photographic session to send to Delhi that all the houses are with solar panels. But in less than a year, they all found their way to Mizoram. So this time when I was asked, why don't you give solar panels? I said, certainly not. I will make a micro solar grid for each of the villages. Maybe that may work. Because people do require electricity. The cry for electricity is always there. Like the PM Kusum is an all India scheme. But here we have tuned it to our needs. We have put down the share of the farmers to as low as 2% and 5% through our IDF loan taken from NABARD. Because our farmers here are not as rich as the farmers in Haryana or Rajasthan or Punjab. They are very marginal farmers. And besides that, the tribal population in our village is totally dependent on zooming, or farming as you call it, shifting cultivation. So we wanted to give them those pumps much cheaper so that they can do their farming. They can do at least double cropping, otherwise they are looking up to the skies waiting for the rain. Especially in tribal areas, they are completely dependent on the weather. So now, in many villages, they are doing double cropping. Because we tuned it a little to our needs in Tripura. That's why when Modi ji came in as Prime Minister, we said planning not from the top, let's do planning from the grassroots. That's where it must reach. And it is always very difficult to do the last mile delivery. It is very difficult to do the last mile delivery, reach out to the last man. And this has been the effort of the central government and the state government since we came in here. We are just about 4.5 years old here. But from our first step that we took was to declare 12 blocks, mainly tribal blocks, purely tribal blocks, which were lagging far behind, as aspirational blocks, and give them priority in development activities. But those need to be monitored and evaluated now. Those aspirational blocks need to be monitored and evaluated. Are they aspirational blocks only for the name, or are they aspirational blocks, truly aspirational blocks, fulfilling the aspirations of the inhabitants there? That needs to be evaluated, and it's high time that we do it. And what are the lacuna that we can stop, we can block it, or we can do it more in a speedy manner. How can we reach out to those blocks in a more speedy manner? So this has been the whole philosophy of this government and the central government, of reaching out to the last man first, as we say in our government and in the central government. It is not top up, it is bottom up development that we aim here. And so it requires a lot of monitoring systems, evaluation systems. We sitting in Agartala think that we have done a great job. Actually, it's done a great job. How much change has it brought? How much resources have we spent? There has to be a proportion to that also. Have they got what they wanted? Because we have this habit of giving what we want and not what they want. That also is a problem in our system. Prime Minister is constantly trying to change that. Give them what they want and not what you want. That is the constant push of this government and the central government. Reaching out to the last man, giving them what they want and making them partners in development. And it's a huge task of monitoring and evaluation that takes place with central scheme, state scheme. And I wish this workshop all well. And I hope something substantive will come out. And no way we can get stuck in a time warp. So what you hear here, I am sure you'll adopt. And this is a very, very important workshop. So when I was asked to come, I was readily agreed because I thought this is something that was working in my heart for a very long time. How do we monitor? How do we evaluate? Because everything I do as a minister, I feel great. It must be doing very well. This is my brainchild. It is not so. It does not happen that way. And there should be a maximum level of honesty in monitoring. There must be, absolute honesty in monitoring and feedbacks, as Dr. Sinha was saying. Because without that, the evaluation will suffer. We can always make course correction on the way. It's not necessary that the scheme should finish and then we shall scrap it. That kind of attitude is not good. We can always make course correction when we are moving. As we move forward, we can make course corrections. That is why monitoring is required. Honest monitoring is required. And if we don't do that, there will be a huge waste of money, waste of effort, and there will be public grievance also. So once again, I congratulate. A lot is happening, but we probably don't know what is happening. That is what creates a lot of problem. A lot is happening. We know that a lot of activities happening in agriculture, happening in my departments like rural development and power. But what is actually happening? That's when monitoring takes over. And monitoring must be done even at the lowest level, I believe. Well, I look after Panchayat department and I find at the end of the year, everyone is busy doing GPDP. Gram Panchayat development plan. Every person says, I can't do anything else, I'm busy with doing GPDP. But what happens to the GPDP? Does it translate into action? Does it make the life of the, villages better? Does it transform? Does it innovate? And I always felt that there's a very, very urgent need for evaluation and monitoring. Right from the grassroots level to our secretariat, there is a need. Like I have made a small little project in my science and technology department, known as Bio Village. I feel very happy that it is going on very well. Because it is mine. Because I have made it, so I think it is going on very well in my department. And things are very bright. But it has to be evaluated with evidence, with data, and on the field. And then it comes out that yes, it has made substantial changes to the life of people, then we will say it is a success. So we cannot declare success or failure without a proper evaluation, and we cannot reach the destination of the scheme without proper monitoring. As Dr. Das was saying, this is not a fault-finding mission or something like that. It is an improvement. It is for improvement that we reach our goal. Because every scheme has a goal to reach. Like the Prime Minister Sobhagya had a goal to reach every unelectrified household. scheme and a lot of money is spent. He was saying it's true. Resources are very limited. And demands are always remain unlimited. People are aspirational nowadays in India. That old cry of, in Bengali we used to say, the earlier times, dhal bhat khao shuke thako, that is gone. People want a better quality of life, people want education, people want good health services, people want good roads, people want electricity, people want tap water. And for a nation to be aspirational is a very, very good sign. That means the nation is moving on, not in a state of status quo. But this monitoring, in this workshop we are going to have for 3 days, these monitoring systems have to be tuned to us to do it. Because India is a very diverse. You can't have one shoe that fits all size, or one cap that fits all size. So this monitoring has to be done, as our Secretary Finance was saying, taking into the behavioral attitude of the people of Tripura. Because we have understood them for a very long time. He is a very old hand at Tripura. So he was a very old hand at finance also. So that has to be looked at.
Subscribe to Tripurainfo and press the bell icon so that you never miss any latest updates and news on Tripura.